Hey, Mike, it's Spencer.
Hey, Victor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was going to check and see if there's any. I was going to say we're open to anything tonight. Open any agenda as far as what folks want to comment on and what we want to talk about. So if there's anything you want to come up and speak their minds tonight, so that'd be good if it's
okay. So just
really about all I had. Everybody knew that the reason we were doing this was so that if anyone had any ideas or anything they wanted to do to make this thing, work a little better or whatever we need to do, that's for them to hear.
Okay. Well, while I've got you, last February I asked to speak to you about Jeff's concerns about Leslin, and you never called me. And I'm wondering why you chose to
about what again?
About Jeff requesting Leslin's removal.
And what was I? Well, you wanted me to talk to you about it?
Yes. You responded to my email. You just never called me.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I must have gotten busy or crazy or like I do. Family, anything could have happened. I'm sorry. I just didn't realize I didn't call you back.
Okay. Okay. I was just curious.
So what did you want to ask me about it?
Well, Jeff was saying that the council wanted Leslin to be removed, and I was calling to see, I wanted to see your opinion, if you felt the same way.
I don't think that's the same. No, I don't.
Okay.
I never heard from, me personally, each individual council member, I didn't hear individuals saying they wanted somebody removed.
Okay. I mean, Jeff clearly did. Jeff requested an agenda item and asked for Leslin to be removed.
Well, wouldn't that have been through the board, not the council?
Yes, but Jeff...
The board has to remove, not the council at first. Yes. I mean, it has to be a recommendation from the board, I would think.
Yes, but Jeff called me and said that, in his opinion, the council wanted Leslin removed.
See, that's his opinion, right? No, I don't agree.
Okay. Well, I
really don't think that we ever, once y'all had made your decision, I don't think we ever really got it, and I just can't recall that there was any discussion to go against what y'all had decided.
Okay.
Didn't the board agree to have her removed?
Well, I mean, I felt like my hands were tied because I asked for a joint session, and y'all voted down the joint session, and you didn't call a joint session, and I mean, if you weren't willing to refute that Jeff's assertion that the council wanted her removed, then I felt like my hands were tied.
Right. No, I personally don't see how Jeff can speak for the others.
I agree.
Totally. I don't think that's his place. I think that he comes back and reports to the council, but the council actually would discuss that from that point. But no, I don't think that Jeff was accurate in that situation myself, but he wasn't speaking for me because I don't know what even, brought up why y'all even discussed having her removed.
He asked us to put an agenda item for him to request her removal.
And then y'all discussed it
as
a board.
Yes.
And is that what y'all recommended?
I recommended it because I felt like my hands were tied. I mean, Jeff's telling me the council wants her removed, and I reached out to you, and you replied to my email, and then you never called me, and I asked you for your support for a joint session, and that didn't happen. So
we haven't, the council didn't want a joint session, so I can't personally.
You voted against the joint session as well, though. And my understanding is that you do have the authority to call a joint session.
I have the authority probably to do any of that.
Yeah, so it wasn't that the council didn't want a joint session.
That decision to remove her from the board, not us.
I know, but it was Jeff who was calling for it. Yeah, I know. I agree.
So why would we want to go against y'all's decision to have her removed?
I'm not asking that question. I was asking.
I am asking that question.
No, we didn't come ask you for your approval to have her removed. I reached out to you for your opinion of whether or not she should be removed because Jeff said the council wanted that. And
my personal opinion of whether she should be removed or not?
Yeah, your personal opinion as mayor.
My personal opinion was she was not coming out. She was not showing up to anything. She was staying at home.
What was she not showing up to?
She wouldn't come into her office.
Who was she not meeting with?
I don't know.
Well, then how can you say she's not meeting with him?
Nothing was being done.
Mike, that's not a fair assessment. It was COVID. Even the city council, even the city staff wasn't allowed to meet face to face, Mike.
Well, I understand that, but she was not even, there was nothing brought forward that
So,
year to
so, Mike, it was COVID. Nothing was going on in the country.
But that's not to have her removed. I just was not thinking she was doing what she should be doing.
So you didn't think she could be removed, but you were upset that she wasn't showing up in person to the office.
Well, I think some of the moves that she made personally that I didn't agree with was one wants to get rid of Brad.
She didn't get rid of Brad. Brad quit.
Well, as far as I know, Brad quit because of that.
Wait, Brad quit because of what, though?
He was a pretty hard worker.
Well, why do you think Brad quit?
I have no idea. I never questioned.
Mike, you just said that she removed Brad, which I said wasn't true. And then you said that you heard he was a hard worker, but you didn't.
I did think that.
How do you think? Do you think she had him fired?
I mean, I think she did. Y'all hire him or did she?
No, the corporation director, Leslin, hires her employees.
And I think she let him go.
Mike, he quit. I mean, we can call Brad if you'd like to hear that from him. She didn't fire Brad.
But why did she?
Mike, you can't have both ways here.
But see, this is all so far past. What's everybody living in the past for? We got to go forward.
Mike, people need to be held accountable for what they did.
We are now having joint meetings. We are now working together. So I don't know what y'all want.
I want to find out what happened. And I want people to be held accountable for what they did.
Held accountable for what they did to what? That makes no sense.
Jeff Bickerstaff lied repeatedly.
Jeff, you're after Jeff.
No, not just Jeff. Mike, it's not just Jeff. It's not just Jeff. No, it's not.
Then who is it?
It's anybody who conspired along to let this happen and to keep it covered up.
That's unbelievable.
I know. I'm not surprised you feel that way.
That's not, I do. Because I have not seen a cover. That's not real. It may be in a decision or something Jeff wanted, but that's Jeff.
Okay.
If Jeff pushed all this, then that's Jeff.
Exactly. And you don't want us to be held accountable. You say the past is the past, let's move on.
You mean I don't want to hold Jeff accountable for what he did?
You don't want to have anybody held accountable for what happened. You just said let's just move on.
Anybody on the council did anything that they should be held accountable for.
Well,
a decision that was made by your board.
Okay. Well, that's fine. No, the EDC went along with Jeff's request to have Leslin resign.
Why would you? I don't understand. When did Jeff make a written request to have that done?
He called me and requested it.
Is there anything that he did formally at the board meeting to have her removed?
Yeah, we had an agenda item where he presented why he wanted her removed.
Okay, and then y'all made a decision.
Yes.
So why is the rest of the council involved on that?
Mike, I'm not saying the entire council is involved. I sent an email to you requesting a joint session, requesting your support for a joint session.
The council did not want a joint
Did
session.
the council vote on it?
As far as I know, there was no one that came forward and said let's have a joint session on the
I did. I came to you, Mike. You have the power to call it.
I have to have the council want to have a joint session.
You have the power to call it, is my understanding, and I think you acknowledged that like 10 minutes ago.
I have the power to do a lot.
I know. Mike, we don't need to litigate this today, Mike. So, just back to the point, you called to say, everything's open, people want to discuss things, people have ideas.
That's what I want to say. Hey, you're living in the past, I'm living in the future. So I don't think we're going to meet on what we should do. But Spencer, you've totally changed. You're absolutely 100% in Leslin's corner, and you always have been, and I don't understand what the relationship is.
I'm in the corner of truth, Mike.
Why are you so hell-bent on bringing up, and I'm sure Leslin wouldn't want to be working in taxi anymore, right?
I'm sure.
But I don't understand your stance on this.
That's fine. I don't feel the need to try to convince you.
It's not a convince. It's something that we can't do anything about. I doubt she's going to come back to work.
I wouldn't. That's not my point. I'm not trying to hire Leslin back.
Because your point is you're upset with Jeff.
My point is, Jeff Bickerstaff did things that were unethical last year, and you just say, let's move on.
Well, if you got an issue with Jeff, talk to Jeff.
Okay. That's fine, Mike. That's fine. I was asking why you didn't call me back. You said you must have just got busy. That's fine. That was my only question.
I mean, things happen.
That's fine.
But I just don't think, since you're the same person that I've known, and I don't understand why. I had no clue.
That's okay. People grow. People change. Okay. That's fine, Mike.
I mean, you're almost like, I don't understand this Jeff and Lakeland thing. It's really...
Well, if we had had a joint session like I requested last February, you would have understood it.
I probably know a lot more than you think I know.
Okay, then why don't you share what you know?
I just don't feel like it's proper for me to discuss anything with you the way you're accusing people.
I'm not accusing, I'm accounting.
You're accusing Jeff.
It's not an accusation from my point of view.
You're in charge of accountability.
I am the president of the corporation's board of directors, Mike. That's who put me in charge.
From my perspective, I'm a single vote, single council member, and can't control everything that happens on your board or with what Jeff does.
I understand.
If you think Jeff's doing something improper, then file it. Come against him. I mean,
that's fine, Mike.
If that's what you think.
That's fine, Mike.
I'm just not in a position to recall everything that's on a year ago.
That's okay. I'm fine with your answers.
But I haven't really been as involved in this as you think I have.
Okay, I didn't.
Edmund and me are fine. We've always been fine.
I didn't accuse you of being involved in anything.
Well, it doesn't matter if you are. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. You know?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, I just don't get what you're up to.
Okay. And like I said, I don't feel the need to convince or explain.
Call and say, hey, we need to, as a group, try to get together and come out with everything that's bothering us or anything that's bothering anybody, because that group is not going to go forward until things go where people want to work together and go forward. And I don't hear that.
It seems to me the board is moving fine.
Well, then that's why I brought up, hey, I'm calling you. I'm reaching out to say, hey, anything that anyone wants to do tonight, because we're meeting, let's hear it and go forward. And that way we don't have this situation again. That's why we're doing it. But if you don't think that meeting like this is going to be, helpful, then why are we doing it? I mean, you're the president. If you don't feel like we should be meeting, let me know.
Well, we decided we were going to meet semi-annually, so that's what we're doing.
Right, and that's why I called you to say let's meet. And let's talk, what do you want to talk about tonight? You're the president. What do you want to bring up?
I'm not planning to bring up anything. I think we're just going to go over where we are and what we're working on, where we should be going. That's my intention.
I don't even understand why I even called and reached out. I had no clue why I did that. Because this isn't the response I was sure wanting to give.
Okay, I just asked.
We need to hash out stuff that is exactly why we're meeting, so it doesn't happen again. And you just want to keep going back to it. And I don't know why.
Okay, so let's just talk at the meeting tonight, Mike.
That's fine, but what do you want me to do? You want me to tell you why I didn't call you back? I don't remember why I didn't call you back.
That's fine, Mike.
I don't remember why we didn't call a joint session. I don't remember why that didn't happen. I assumed the council was not responsive and didn't want one. I assumed that wasn't something I needed to force on everyone. What would be the reason I would force a joint session if the council didn't want a joint session? Yes, I can call for one, but if they don't want it, why am I calling?
You would call one because the president of the board of directors asked you to.
Why didn't you ask Jeff? He's your liaison.
That's true. He is. He was the issue that I was having. I was told that asking the mayor was the way to get a joint session called.
Yeah, actually, as far as anything, any agendas. But I I just don't understand why now we're so far past it now. What we can do to make sure that doesn't happen again? That's great. We can do that. But I don't understand if you think the joint session, what it would have done. I'm sorry. I guess I'll get on my hands and knees, and I am so sorry. I didn't know this. I had no idea that this joint session was going to change everything that happened. I had no clue. Did not realize that. But we are having joint sessions. And we did call joint sessions. And we're doing it now.
And that's right. Let's move forward and do what we can for progress.
I guess. I just don't know. I just feel like some people are so stuck on this Jeff thing that they can't gather. I mean, it's just like, you're not the only one on that board that has it in for Jeff. I mean, there's quite a few on there.
Look, I don't have it in for Jeff. I'm out to get the truth, Mike.
Truth about what?
The truth about what happened last year.
To Leslie?
To the board of directors and to Leslie.
Your board. Let her go.
I understand, Mike.
I was not involved in that. I was involved in all. I would not have been involved in the person y'all hired. That's y'all's person you hired. And it's your person to let go. Why am I involved? Why would the council be involved in that?
Jeff injected himself in it.
Well, y'all should have listened to him.
Well, and if you'd have told me that last February, I would have had something to go on. But you didn't call me back.
I told you that Jeff injected and told me on the phone when I called you back.
You didn't. You didn't call me last year.
I emailed you or texted you or referred back to your. Why didn't you say something there to me?
Mike, I don't need to litigate this. It's fine.
It's not a litigate. It's going to continue on because I don't think Jeff's going anywhere. The issues are obviously with Jeff, but you're trying to throw me in the middle of them. I don't have anything to do with what Jeff did. Jeff's an individual council member. I mean, I think you think I've got control of each individual council member. That's up to them. What they do.
I didn't allege you had any control over Jeff, or you were responsible for what he did.
Well, I feel that way.
I'm sorry if I said something that made you feel that way.
Well, Spencer, you're just talking to Mike Felix. Same Mike Felix you've known for 100 years, and I just don't agree with you attacking me like that.
I'm not attacking you.
I mean, I'm the same person you've always known. Hadn't changed a bit. Didn't have it in for Leslie. Didn't have it in for the board. Nothing. Zero.
Okay.
Me.
And that's fine, Mike.
I don't understand why I'm being pulled into this.
I reached out to you as mayor last February.
You didn't reach out hard enough because you didn't get a hold of me.
You replied to my message, Mike. You just never called me.
And then did you reply back and say, hey, I need that?
Yeah, yes, I did reply back to your message, Mike.
I didn't get back to you about you. But that's this whole situation is my Felix's fault.
I didn't say that.
Leslie got fired, and she's gone.
You said
let go, or whatever hell happened to her. It's Mike Felix's fault. Put his name up there in writing. Mike Felix caused this whole situation. That's fine.
That's not what I'm saying, Mike.
But that's what I'm feeling. And that's what I'm hearing, and that's the way I'm going to take it.
Okay. I'm sorry you feel that way.
I do.
I'll see you at the meeting tonight, Mike.
I do. I feel that way.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even understand. You've always been such a reasonable person, and I don't understand what's going on.
I'm being reasonable here, Mike.
No, you're not being fair to me at all. You're going, you didn't call me back.
Well, is that a factual statement?
That happens sometimes.
I get it.
I'm busy.
I get it, Mike.
It's an oversight. I'm sorry. Could you have called me back
Mike.
one more time and said, hey, Mike, you didn't call me back?
You answered my question, and I let it go. I'm not harping on why you didn't call me back.
Well, you said if I had called you back, everything would have been different.
I believe it would have been,
That's exactly what you said.
Yeah, I believe it would have been.
How true do you think that is?
I think it's at least somewhat true.
Things would have been different.
Because you're saying
I would have had control over Jeff.
Because you're saying Jeff wasn't being accurate at saying that the council wanted Leslie removed.
That's my view.
And if Yeah. And if you would have said that last February, that would have changed what happened.
Well, I wish you'd have gotten me a little bit stronger then and tried again and said, Mike, you forgot to call me back. You know, you call me back again. You know.
Okay.
Was that important?
I probably should have done that.
Well, I don't understand why you didn't come talk to me about it.
Okay. Mike, let's just talk tonight. I'll see you tonight's meeting. Have a good evening. I'll see you in a little while. Take care.